Made with Kitchen.
In response to a tweet by James Hind, himself a fake Satanist and pedophile protector, which said, "The Satan hunter Samantha Baldwin has a sequel coming out to her abusive fantasy that target her ex-husband, fantasist and liar Richard Carveth thinks it is a clever legal way to harass people with himself writing this sequel as a work of fiction." Transsexual champion and Drogyne replied,
Am I alone in thinking whoever wrote that review was getting a hard-on? This is the issue with stories of child sexual abuse. It's fodder for minor attracted persons to get off on.
Made with Kitchen.
Having read the blog in question by Richard Carveth, I find it very worrying that Drogyne, alone in thinking, thought that whoever wrote that review was getting a hard-on.
Made with Kitchen.
It's very worrying because Sam Baldwin's book is about the rape and drugging of her 2 male children. I read the review myself, and yes, I can confirm that Drogyne is alone, other than James Hind, who thinks whoever wrote it, mainly Richard Carveth, got a hard-on while writing it. It's a really sick thing to say, and denigrates the awful abuse children suffer every day. And makes the point that the trouble with CSA stories, other than the sick perverted individuals who steal the innocence of childhood from children and inflict the abuse, is that it's fodder for pedophiles. Or MAPS, as she likes to call it. She knows that James Hind pretended to be a 12-year-old boy on a popular online site used by children and teenagers, which is popular also with pedophiles. In his own words, James Hind has confessed to interacting with these children and teenagers, and exchanging sexual material. The online conduct of Drogyne, and her relationship with James Hind, calls into question the credibility of and raises the question as to whether she is either a useful idiot, a pedophile/Satanist hiding in plain sight, or something more sinister altogether.